So good afternoon, everyone. We are the seventh group, so we're the last one. I know we're all tired, so I'll try to make this as engaged as possible for all of us. We decided to choose a different direction instead of picking a company or picking a big company, for example, like all the other groups they presented to us. We decided to pick a movie. And based on that movie, we could extract the principles of managing a project or managing a team. And after that, we can relate it to the company that is related itself. So we decided to choose Apollo 13, which is it's a great movie in my opinion, and how to do management the group itself. For those who didn't watch the movie yet, I'm just gonna give a brief spoiler. What's the movie about and all the situation that happened there. So basically, it's a true story from a NASA mission that was going to the moon. And suddenly things went bad. One of the oxygen tank exploded, and then the objective of the mission switched. Instead of just going to the moon, now the mission is all about rescuing the astronauts and bring them back home. So the key points that we identify in this movie and for the mission, it was how to solve a big problem during the situation. Of course, teamwork, because we all know how many people were involved and how they were able to bring the astronauts back. And for the last, especially, which is in my opinion, the most important lesson that we can extract from the movie and from any type of project, is how to work under pressure. We all know that nowadays we have lots of pressures on us in every project and everything that you're doing. So the pressure is always there, it's constantly. So how can we manage, and how can we, go over through the situation when we are under pressure? Thank you. Yeah, so after reviewing the movie, after we all watched the movie, we decided to choose those topics. So we analyzed how the behavior of the team, organizational culture and diversity, personality types, because we're involving a lot of different people with different backgrounds, personal values from the organization. Now we're talking about NASA itself, the team synergy and conflicts during the mission. What was it? Conflicts and personality types. Like I was saying, every person, it is a different person with a different background and with different thoughts and mentality. And then the conflict management style. So every person has like I was saying, every person has a mentality. So how to manage those conflicts, and then the key elements of a team performance, which is how they were able to bring the astronauts back. So talking specifically about the team behavior, right? Based on a movie, they had a good open communication. When I say open communication, it's the astronauts with the team here on Earth. So every time they were like adding some inputs to the mission, this way everybody could work together to try to accomplish the mission. So of course they have shared goals and collaborative problem solving. Like we say, all the members are performing towards the goal, which was send the guys to the moon. And after that, this is very important, like adaptability and role flexibility. When I told you guys in the beginning, they had one mission, they had one goal, and suddenly everything clicked, and suddenly everything changed, and all that they worked it before, nothing was like matter. Now they have to change the mentality to perform something else and to work with something else. And that's why recognition support shows up when the leaders were constantly, like the people in charge for that mission were constantly supporting all the team members, reinforcing them a good job. So this was like very common on the movie, and I just put a quote here that makes sense to me and for the movie, which is like it is a great example of how to perform under pressure. For me, that's the top lesson that I learned from watching the movie. And then we expose like two different scenarios to talk more about the culture that NASA was there and diversity. So this was 1970s. So it was a long time ago. Lot of things changed. So as a culture, the organizational culture, it was a high performance and excellence, like NASA and in every government program, they always look for excellence. So they expect nothing than that. So you have to perform, you have to do your best, you have to succeed. After that, there's a problem solved under pressure, collaboration and team unity. Everybody was working together, strong leadership to achieve the goal, and the ability to adapt. Diversity, like I was saying, the movie is about the 70s. So basically, everybody that was working there was like white Americans, but I was able to identify a couple of diversity there, like different backgrounds, people who graduated from another state with another mentality, from a big city, small town. So those are the stuff that I could identify when I was like searching for diversity. That's it.
So I'm Anna, and I'm talking about the conflicts and personality types. So for defining the conflict, it is when ideas, interests, or goals differ. Which person, different backgrounds, we have conflicts because we see the world in the different ways and we understand the world in the different ways. And the conflicts born here because I think one thing, they think other thing, and we need to discuss and learning with the other. And about the personality, it's a unique psychological traits that shape how we think, actually, and relate. It's how we are. It's how I deal with, I understand about the world. It's about how I react with the things happen in my day by day and whatever. And in the teams, this difference can create tension, but beside of that, we can create lead and innovation, because when you have different ideas, you have new things. So in the Apollo context, we have a diverse team because we have a multidisciplinary team with commander, astronaut, engineers, and the mission control. So everyone have a different background. Someone's it's more to detail, someone's it's more practicals, and others need to be math to resolve the problems, and the others just can be practice and let's go to resolve this now. You know, it's different personalities, backgrounds. And this causes friction, of course. And the most important thing Marcelo told is the high pressure. You have different people with different backgrounds under pressure, and this make all most difficult to understand because you need to be quickly. You need to think and take responsibility for your contribution, and this is hard in this context. So I bring the example of two clear conflicts we have in the movie. The first conflict is when we have a technical problem because the oxygen is low in the cabin, and they need to resolve this problem because the filters don't filter the CO2 well, and they need to think quickly because they cost their lives. It's a survival thing. And the engineers clash under pressure, try to beat a CO2 filter for resolve this problem. But we have the choleric engineers, and the choleric push all the team for be quickly, we need to resolve this now. And we have the melancholics. No, we need to think to make the right decision. And this make the conflict in these scenes of the film. Jenny Kranz is the director of the operation, and he is a choleric phlegmatic, and he redirect the focus of the problem, and he's calm. We care, we do, take calm, and we resolve. And all the teams bring together to a solution and make works. So in this scene, the collaboration resolve the problem. And in the other conflict, it's emotional conflict because under pressure, all these emotions go to the front, and we have a choleric melancholic and a sanguine choleric have a conflict because of one put the sorry, I forgot the bad. So one como que é a palavra? Culpou.
So the blame.
Yeah,
so
blame
one
it.
blame.
Yeah, one blamed the other about the other's problems. Sorry, blame the other about the problems, and we have this emotional frictional. But we have the Gene Lovell. It's a phlegmatic choleric, and he hold the situation and say to everybody, calm. We don't do this. We don't blame it each others because we need to be together to survive. So, and for the management styles for conflicts, we have these types of management: the competitive, the accommodating, the avoiding, collaborative, and compromising. We always solve this. Go quickly. And in the film, we have these persons here who have the different types of management. The Jenny Kranz is the director of the project. He is a collaborative leader. I think this is important because in this under pressure, do you have a person to lead with collaboration in the team is important for the success. Gene Lovell is the first pilot of the first astronaut, and he is calm and collaborative too. And the engineers, it's competitive, but absorb the feeling of the collaboration. And for the last, it's Magdalene solves conflict through silence, logical, and contribution. And the takeaways and the lessons we have it's the conflict is natural, but it's manageable, and the personality difference can be strengthened in teams, and collaborative leadership is a key to success.
Okay, so I'm Michelle. I'm gonna be short because looks like we're taking so long, but looks like sometimes we have in real life problems, right? So this was a big problem that became something really good for NASA. So it was a really, really big problem, as she said. So it was like a life problem, and it became something really extraordinary for the organization. So many times in real life we do have problems in our companies, and that's a big opportunity to make that an opportunity to take most of it. So there are some foundations of performing, and as we can see, if we are calm, if we're direct, we have a communication, we can solve the problem really quick, and that will make the team understand really well their mission, what they're supposed to do, and that will make the trust members. And I think that if we have that from the team, especially as she said, like the team on the earth was like supposed to, not supposed, but they did show exactly what the team in this space was supposed to do, and that trust made that decision and that mission something that was like really good to the whole team. So a synergy in action of the solution they had. So as she said as well, like the problem was a really big problem, and they had a synergy in solving that problem. I don't know if you guys watched the movie, but they did use like plastic. They did use socks to make a filter and make from this problem a big solution. So there are some conflicts, like high pressure moments, and that was created by this filter problem, and a leadership actively diffused blame and redirected focus. So from that they could take a solution and help each other. And emotional intelligence guided decision making. So sometimes we do have like to make fast decisions and help the team. So the lessons that we can take from this is like prioritize clear, consistent communication. So encourage diverse and collaboration. Empower leadership that thrives under pressure. So as I said, problems in organizations, that's what I learned from this class. Working as a team, working together, and having exactly what each one is supposed to do, like communication effectively, we can help and we can make better decisions and help each other. So just the conclusion as well. So even having a problem, so Apollo 13 offers a model for crisis teamwork. We had a success driven by clarity, trust, innovation, unit, and human performance, not just systems defines success?
Hi guys, I will complete as soon as possible. So the team it was complete like just a brief, like when the astronauts it's a move from Apollo 13, when the astronauts go to the space, they have got a major problem. The oxygen cylinder has exploded. So how they have survived? So based on their personality types, Jim Lovell is a calm and leader who kept the whole mission to get successful, and the Fred Hayes is so assertive and resilient, and the Ken Matting is so analytical and detail oriented. So they communicated well and they solved the problems and everything by themselves. As there is the personal differences created balance, emotional control, assertiveness and logic blended, proving how mixed personality improves team resilience and creativity. This is how they succeed in the most biggest problem in their life, keeping all the emotionals and everything, all the skills they kept together, and finally they survived in this way. And NASA culture, like problem solving, accountability and protecting human life, match the team's values. Everyone prioritizes solutions, not blame lives or politics. Like everyone, at one point of time, everyone came to the solutions and no one has blamed others, and they have stick to the same result and they got. Yes. So the final slide, this iconic phrase defined the mission. Even those not on board like Mattingly stayed fully engaged. Their shared purpose created unity, urgency and focus. And itself says that all those are very united and came like out of the space. So Apollo 13 proves that the success isn't just about skill but trust, values and teamwork. We all know that when we want to succeed something as a team, not only skill, we have to believe in others as well. So diverse personalities and aligned values create teams that overcome even the toughest challenges. Thank you.